The regular board meeting of the Rimler-World Unified School District is called to order on June 25th, 2020 at 4:04 p.m. 1.2 roll call. Trustees to identify themselves by first and last name to formally establish quorum. Jordan Zarate, Trustee Area 3.
Cindy Gardner, Trustee Area 2.
Natalie Lindeman, Trustee Area 2.
Dana Ridlin, Trustee Area 1.
Leslie, can you do roll call? Can you do roll call, please? Roll call?
Leslie Branston, Crestline, Area 1.
And we have our quorum. 2.0, adoption of agenda. 2.1, proposed revisions and deletions. Do we have any?
None.
2.2, proposed addition of agenda item or items.
Oh, I have notes, sorry, wait a second.
Sure.
We do, we have a personnel page, that has been revised. So we had a strikeout on the personnel page, so we do have a revision.
Okay. With that noted, do we have, on 2.2, do we have any proposed addition of agenda item or items pursuant to Government Code Section 54954.2 B12?
None,
All right. 2.3, proposed adjustments in the order of business.
none.
2.4, adoption of the agenda. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Wait,
Natalie?
the motion actually has to be as revised,
Yeah.
because we have a revision, so.
Correct.
So moved.
Thank you.
Natalie will be our first to move on
I'll
the
second it.
adoption of the agenda as revised, as well as proposed under 2.1. Dana will be our second. Discussion? If none, calling for the vote, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Aye.
She did.
I think she's just
She's
delayed.
delayed.
Are you opposing the adoption of the agenda?
I am not opposing.
Okay,
Wonderful.
Aye.
Then we have, that motion carries unanimously then. Moving on to 3.0, closed session declarations. 3.1, transfer, appointment, discipline, complaint, or charge against employee, Government Code 54957. 3.2, conference with labor negotiator, Government Code 54957.6. Todd Beal, labor negotiator for RIM Teachers Association and California School Employees Association, number 417. 3.3, public employee, finalize superintendent goals, evaluation, and contract. 4.0, public testimony before closed session. 4.1, public comment period for closed session items only. We have no public comments submitted for closed session items. So we'll move on to, we'll move past 4.2, audience and members, none. And we'll move to 4.3, RTA and CSEA representatives. Do we have a speaker for RTA at this time?
Yes.
We have Mark Baird representing RTA.
Just address you from here.
Fine
That's
now.
fine.
yes.
Mr. Bear, if you could take off your mask while you're speaking, they could hear us better.
Okay.
And we'll all wear ours.
All right. Well, I'm probably not saying anything to you that you don't already know. However, I feel it's my duty as the association president to say these things. As we all are probably doing, we're looking at reopening plans for different schools, really around the world. At least I am. My wife was talking to me earlier today about how they're reopening in South Korea. So, and they're taking kids' temperatures as they enter and asking, do you have any cough or this or that or the other thing? And then there's the physical separation and masks and so forth. However, South Korea isn't the United States, and I know cultural differences probably a lot of people in this country would feel that those types of things might be too intrusive for reopening. So, but I think they need to be looked at. looking at the plans throughout the country. What are people doing throughout the country? Texas, New York. It looks like New York's done a pretty good job, New York City, in dealing with this situation. And other parts of the country right now are having an uptick with this virus. So we know some things work in stopping the spread of it. So I would encourage the board to look at science, look at the facts, and facts are facts, and make your decisions based on those things, not necessarily people who are into conspiracy theories on the internet. So the county, and I know there's been trouble getting consensus or getting plans from the county and the state because it's a unique situation. So look at plans throughout the world really on reopening and how RIM can do it by protecting our employees, protecting our students, offering choices because all families are different. Some families have people who are more susceptible, and we know this virus is a lot harder on some people than other people. Some people don't even know they have it, whereas others die from it in a few days from mainly respiratory situations. So we have to be, I think this is no one plan fits all reopening. It's going to have to be some people stay home and some people come to school, and we have to adapt, which leads me into my other thing. When I know the district has to have plans for reopening, but I think we need to remind our employees and the community that they're tentative. We still have 6 weeks to go, and things, as you know, can change within hours, 2 or 3 times a day. So, and the public, I think, needs to show some patience with us and employees, some patience with dealing with this, and know that we're trying to make the best decisions, you, the board, me, and my team, the association, to have as safe a reopening for employees and students as possible. But again, there's always risks in life, and there's the rewards, so we need to keep that in mind too. I'm hoping that people in our community stick with us. RIM is the largest employer on the mountain. Teachers like to spend their money up here, and if 20% of the population ditches us for other online programs, K-12 education online or whatever that are already established, then of course we'll lose ADA funding, and they'll get it in some form. I think we need to educate parents, keep telling them that when you don't support your local school district, money's leaving, going somewhere else. So it can hurt your property values. They're all connected. It can hurt the school district. It can hurt your neighbors. It can hurt people who are employed because they might not have a job. So I know we all want to do what's the best for our children and education. However, I would hope that there would be some loyalty to the RIM school district and the community. As we go through the summer, please be mindful of hiring and spending. We know that we still have money problems, so work with us with that. And also, I don't know how to do it, but try to figure out as best we can how many students are returning and how are they returning. Or do they want, I think opening up this home online education is a great thing, and we need to let people know it's out there. And we're working to establish it. It may not be perfect yet, but we're working on it. And yes, you can choose this one that's already established, but why not give us a try first? So, as of that, I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Baird. Do we have any speakers for CSEA at this time? No speakers at this time. Okay, with that, we will move on to 5.0, recess to closed session. The Board of Trustees are hereby recessed to closed session at 4:16 p.m. We will reconvene for public session at 5:30.